I need a microphone. It would help if I had Mike. I'm ready to go and I don't even have my microphone. Come on, Mr. Mountain Man. You can do better than this. All right. Hold on. You can tell I'm well assembled today. Good gracious. All right. I know I'm live already and you guys are seeing this silliness. All right. There we go. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Mountain Man Monday. I'm your host, Mr. Mountain Man, coming to you live from the mountains of Western North Carolina. This is LiveStream episode number 104, and today is February the 7th, 2022. I want to welcome everyone that is joining me here live this evening, and anyone who might be watching later on delay on the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube channel. This live stream and all of them, as always, are available under the live stream playlist. And I want to give a shout out to certain folks that listen and always post that they listen after the fact. They're in different time zones. They're in different parts of the world. They enjoy the live stream. Enjoy having you here. If you want to later, because you can't chat live, feel free to leave a comment or not. I hope you enjoy it. And for those of you that are here, we'll get the live stream started. I am a few minutes late. I'm pleased to see all the folks that are commenting in the chat already. I hope you all are having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. Sans my little debacle here. I'm staring at the camera. I was ready to go, and I'm like, they're not going to hear me because I didn't have the microphone in front of my face here. So hope everyone is doing well on this beginning of February, thick of the winter. And let's say hello to some folks. Living Like Larry, I saw your comment pop up as I was letting it throttle in the background, getting prepared. Happy Mountain Man Monday, everyone, to you as well, Larry. I have some news this evening in the news and notes I'm sure you're well aware of. A little foreshadow there. Lily's here. Hey, Mr. Mountain Man. Hope your week is a fabulous one. Stay warm and safe. I'm about to get some sleep. Catch the replay for sure. Now, I jumped down. I think Lily might have left. Lily just posted a new video because I saw it when I pulled up YouTube of it wasn't Cornish hens. It was like a rotisserie chicken. Anyway, it looks like a recipe. So for those of you that enjoy doing that kind of thing, make sure to check out Elmar Collins' channel, subscribe, and check it out. Larry's back in the California weather. That is awesome. This is me letting everybody know that please feel free to say hello if you want to. And Foxy's here. It's 2:22. That's right. And once we get later in the month, I guess we're going to have an opportunity to have like 2:22:22, which is pretty awesome, right? Okay. And I love it here on the Mr. Mountain Man live streams too. Thanks for all you do, Mr. Mountain Man. You are too much. I love the comment. This is great. Let's give our weekly, every time Foxy puts the bicep muscle, you can't see it through there, but we'll get in the little smile. Sometimes I use that as the thumbnail, but it looks like I'm punching my face or something. So I looked at it last week and I was like, what does it look like I'm doing? I'm trying to flex. Just do the emoji. And so anyway, we'll see if that one works. All right. Thank you, Foxy. Glad to have you here. Always wonderful. Mr. Carlos is here. Great to be back, Mr. Mountain Man. Great to have you here, Mr. Carlos, fellow North Carolinian, and hope you are enjoying. AZ Rock, welcome to you. Hope you're having a nice start to your week, a great Monday, and let us know how you are doing. Thank you to all these, everybody here. Pretty much all the names I've already seen have watched the new video on the channel. Thank you for watching it. It's a fall drive in the North Carolina mountains on NC9 and the Sidewinder. The funny thing is that, and the irony was, I don't know if Reed is here yet. I haven't scrolled down far enough in the comments, but I was hesitant to post because I thought it was out of season. But not only did some of the comments kind of had the same thinking that I did, that as we get in the thick of winter and there's no color and on the trees, everything's kind of brown. It was kind of refreshing to see a video in an ironic way from a season past to kind of to get to see some of that fall color again. And I felt the same as I was making the video. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. I haven't seen that in a few months. So a little late, but it was with an ironic twist. It was kind of welcomed because, everything's kind of brown out there. Hey, Mom, how's it going? I know you had some car troubles this morning and hope you and Dad have gotten through that. Love you. And Nobody likes car troubles. I mean, you don't get a warning. It's not like, hey, 2 weeks from now, the alternator is going to die. I mean, it's like always a surprise, always a pain, always frustrating. And, so anyway, but glad, hopefully you all got through that. Happy to see you here. Let's see. Late, but made it on time this week. Yeah. No problem at all. And glad to have you here early. I already saw somebody jabbing me in the ribs. Pamela says, "Who dey?" So people who don't know that reference, and Pamela, hope you're having a great start to your week. Nice Monday. Congratulations on your team making it to the final game. That would be the Cincinnati Bearcats, Bengals. I don't have much love for them, obviously, because I'm the Steelers fan and I always got my Steelers gear on. But it's been a long time. It has been 30 years since the Bengals have been in the Super Bowl. And interesting game. The Rams, Bengals, I like an unlikely matchup. I bet you nobody or very few people picked that matchup at the beginning of the season. Of course, Cincinnati has an up-and-coming quarterback. So, I know there's a lot of folks here from Ohio and such. They may not all be Bengals fans. There's some people probably from Kentucky. And so, good luck to you guys this weekend. The jury's out if I watch a Super Bowl. Probably will. And people might be like, why? What are you talking about? Everybody watches it. But as I mentioned last week, that is the best day to go do something, like go out where there's normally crowds. I may not. Sundays are kind of difficult around here these days because school and everything like that for the kids. You can't be out or doing stuff. But anyway, Sundays the Super Bowl, so everybody will be checking it out. Let's see here. JQ is here. Hey, Mr. Mountain, everyone. Good to see you with Chris, Mindy, Will, and Don in Asheville on Chris and Mindy live stream this week. And yeah, what a little treat that was. So I was working out and running errands, and for the channels on YouTube, like you're subscribed, hopefully, like Mr. Mountain, I saw a notification come up and it said getting lost in Asheville. And it was a live stream, and it was on Chris About T-Shirts channel. And so I brought it up, obviously knowing the area. I kind of figured out where they were approximately, and it was only 10 or 15 minutes from where I had. They had not contacted me prior, but through the live stream, as you guys probably had seen, because I think Foxy was on there. And JQ, you must have been on there maybe as well, or saw it on delay. I messaged him. I said, hey, guys, I can meet you down the road at the McDonald's near the Biltmore. And so I heard Will say, yeah, I'm telling Chris how to go there. And so I was able to see them. That was the first time in almost 3 years. I have not seen them since the Apple Festival. I squinting because I'm trying to remember if it was the Apple Festival in Henderson County. The video on my channel you'd seen from 2019. And so it's been a spell, and that was just a cool thing. And then subsequent to that, they took off north out of Asheville through Weaverville up through. This was interesting for those of you that on this channel that know this channel well. They drove up I-26, and a lot of people in the chat were telling them about the exits and such. You all know we talk often here about that scenic exit. Mr. Carlos knows it, and some others. That's where I've done the winter videos. I did the winter short. We've talked about sledding. I think AZ Rocks talked about, putting the cardboard in the trunk because I didn't have sleds sometimes. So this channel is well familiar. So that area, and it's a beautiful drive up that way. So it was really cool. I have a picture to show a little bit later, and it was just fun that they were here. Didn't seem like they had a plan of anywhere specific to go. I think they tried to go to the Biltmore, but the Biltmore's got some teeth. If you don't have passes, they kind of say, yeah, turn around. But it was very, very cool. Smoky Mountain Man, it was great seeing you with Will and Don, Chris, Minnie on the live stream. Yes, just talking about that, and that was a nice treat. And again, good to see them. Hey, Rita is here. You seem to be full of energy tonight. I'm doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. Hello to everyone. Yes, I was mentioning your name. I'm not sure if you had chatted yet. What was I mentioning your name about? My goodness, I already forget. Like, I talk so fast, I don't connect the dots. I was saying Rita said this, and or Rita told me about something and I already forget. So I'll have to back up the live stream. But I knew you'd be here. And so I was trying to catch your ear. I haven't gotten to check out you drive in the Shelby yet. There's a YouTube video on the Eclectic Candyman where I go out and get it, and a good 10 minutes of that video is me driving in the car. I thought you had seen that, Larry, but maybe I was mistaken. So that video does highlight that if you or anybody else enjoy it. That video I made mention before, it teeters the line. Could it be on an Eclectic Candyman or Mr. Mountain Man? But I wanted liberty to car talk and not drive people away. So I decided to put that one on the Eclectic Candyman. Most people here kind of go back and forth and see both, or just weed out the ones they may not enjoy on the other channel. Mrs. C, hi, Mr. Mountain Man. Hello to you. I think I was chatting with you in the Yankee in the South live stream, or maybe it was Chris about t-shirts recently. And so welcome, and hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. I never knew you could drive from Bat Cave and pop out right there at I-40 in Black Mountain. I always learned something new from you, Mr. Mountain Man. Yes, that was a cool drive, and it is. So if anybody's driving through this area, I-26 for the next several years will be going through widening. We've talked about that here before. It's a necessary evil, but it's not something I wish they were doing to kind of keep the quaint nature of the Asheville and the mountain area. Anyway, if the traffic's really stinky and somebody was going up and then over east on I-40 and wanted to take the scenic route, technically it's like a triangle kind of cutting the hypotenuse is what NC9 does. But you could get off there at Hendersonville at 64, take it through Apple Country, just like the video, take it over to NC9, take the Sidewinder and plop out right there at Black Mountain. And it technically is kind of a shortcut. Because it's the shorter, it's the shorter length as opposed to the two sides, but it's not as fast because it's not interstate. But yeah, it's a great, somebody had recommended that to me here locally, and I did it. It's, as I mentioned in the video, for those of you that watch it, I don't know, it was longer. So thank you to all of you that did watch straight through it. I started to play music for a little while, but then that music cuts out and I go back to commentating because I was in the car. So unlike the motorcycle, I was able to, but there was a period for about 5 or 8 minutes I didn't talk, just to kind of give the nature, a little mix of both. But I did discuss how it is beautiful drive, but not as intense as like Tail of the Dragon that I have a video on the channel. What's with the hoodie? Are you cold? Yes, I am. Like it's to not go absurd with the temperature in the house. I keep it reasonable. So here's a little thermometer here. So it's about 68.2. Probably goes between 66 and 68 in this room. It's cold outside. And if I walk outside with the dog and I walk inside, I do. And I do use the hood sometimes. Sometimes I'll go like this and then I can, it's kind of convenient. And I like these ones that have the zipper on them. But I also have pullover. Like my mom did get me a Steelers hoodie. I wear that a lot of times when I wake up in the morning and stuff like that. Oh no, not another. Do I have to say it again? Who day? Yeah, Todd, you and Pamela need to be hanging out, checking it out. All about the Bengals going on. 300 years is correct. Yeah. Oh man. Yes. Okay. So you said nasty AR race out here yesterday, NASCAR. Okay. I like NASCAR. I'm a bit, I like NASCAR. I thought that was super cool. I was flipping between the Olympics before dinner, Olympics and that race, and it was amazing. If you didn't like it, but I did. I thought it was really cool because they had that tighter turn than Martinsville or Bristol. It was incredible. The racing was okay, but I mean, it was just a really, really cool thing. Oh, I think you might have been using a voice because you corrected it here, NASCAR. Yeah, it was really cool. I thought it was great for the sport, and I thought it was very creative. The commercials are usually fun in the Super Bowl, yes, and as we talked about before, it's still a big thing of it. A nice Mustang. That's right. That's what we were talking about. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I was watching that live stream too Saturday, Mr. Mountain Man. Yes, I think I did see you in there, Smoky Mountain Man. I tried to see who was there, and I saw Foxy was in there for a little bit. Foxy, I don't know if you Did you see when were you on the live stream when I met Chris and Will and them? I thought I saw your name in there and I was trying to say hello. 27 the last time the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. I'm 60. Long wait. I know. Well, Bengals are have a real tough time with management. They have. Yeah, haven't had a chance to watch the replay, but it sounds like you had a great time. If you're talking about that, yeah, that was yeah, you were talking about my video. That's right. Thank you. Yes. That your recommendation was that I could, it would be fine or timely. And you're right, because the fall color was really cool. Because again, everybody's looking at brown right now. So it was nice. I appreciate that. Yeah. I've always said I'd rather have an old rose than a new dandelion. Patience comes through, like when with used cars. If you don't have to have the newest thing, you can save a lot of money. Obviously, cars depreciate over time. Most of them do. And so, enjoying the Mustang, I've been able, between the Cobra and previously in the Shelby, able to save quite a bit of money because everybody wants the new, the 2020, 2021, 2022, those. So it's pretty fun, pretty fun. It was about the colors of the Leafs. Read it. Right. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Hey, Kentucky girl, no problem. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Nice Monday. I tried to get on. You had inquired about it. Hopefully you might be able to hang out for a couple minutes, but completely understand. I know you share the Roku you've mentioned before. See, it's funny. I remember some things and other things I can't remember 2 minutes ago. Isn't that funny? Glad that you're doing well. Let's see. Spell check. Oh, yeah, about NASCAR. Hey, Dr. J, happy Monday. I hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday, doing well. I'm sure you enjoyed that the snow is melted and we're back to normal temperatures for the winter time right there. Strange mix, pit bull and iced tea at a NASCAR race. I thought it was great. I thought it was neat to, the next generation and bringing in a lot of folks. I thought it was I didn't look at numbers or success, but it just seemed to be like a really good thing and very clever and new. And you heard me mention your name. Okay, cool. Yeah. And I was driving from A to B, so I wasn't able to look at the live stream. I don't mess with my phone when I'm driving. So yeah. What year is your pretty Mustang? Depends on which one you're talking about. So the red Cobra was a 2001. That's a Mustang Cobra, and then the Shelby is a 2009. 2009. And so, yeah, can you believe that? It's a 13-year-old car. Do you have them both? The Cobra is I'm selling it. It's right now it's a difficult time because it's winter and nobody wants to buy a car like that right now. Everybody's thinking about all-wheel drive and whatnot. So yeah, I'm not keeping both. That was part of the deal is one needs to subsidize paying for the other, which was nice. I had a great time with the Cobra. I put a lot of work into it, but it's yeah, only one pony can stay in the stable. We didn't get any snow, just flurries. It made me happy. Yes. So yeah, how's everybody doing? This is a random conversation thing. I have no news and notes on it, but it's that time of the year watching YouTube, watching food reviews and things like that. And, going out to eat. And I was thinking about this topic. I just wanted to chat for a minute about it, about breakfast food, going out to eat. I love pancakes. Pancakes are one of my favorite items, but have you ever stopped and thought at a restaurant when you get pancakes and you look at the menu and it's like $8.75 or $10.99 for a stack of pancakes? Okay, I get it. They might put strawberries on top or blueberries. That's fine. Fresh fruit. What do you say? $1, $1.50, $2? But have you looked at how expensive breakfast is going out to eat? I mean, this is no thing I just figured out. I just thought it would be something fun to chat about. Not only that, have you ever looked at the sides? You're like, all right, so I'm a little bit hungry. I'm mountain man hungry. I want to get the pancakes, but I want to get a side of bacon and sausage. 2 strips of bacon will be like $3.75. 2 sausage links will be like $3.75. if I a la carte put all that together, I would have like off a rate traditional menu, have like a $25 breakfast. This is where their markup must be unbelievable because if you've been if you've ever enjoyed a breakfast buffet, they're the best. You open up that can and there's like 6 pounds of bacon, and you can just use the tongs and you can, I mean, not healthy, but you can, to your heart's content, have as much bacon as you want, and you can have as many sausage links as you want. And they might make you an omelet at the station, and you can make pancakes to order, and the breakfast buffet might be 13, 14, 15.99. So I don't understand how the restaurants, well, or I understand it, but they get away with, you go in, and even if you get the farmer's breakfast, you know, you go to all these places and they always like, it could be Cracker Barrel, it could be a local place, it could be a place in the Smokies or Asheville. They call something the farmer's breakfast. It'll be like 2 eggs, 2 sausage links, hash browns, potatoes, a piece of ham. And you're like, oh my gosh, it sounds like a lot of food. And then you get it and it's like nothing. I don't know. Maybe I'm complaining. Am I the only one in this camp about the breakfast food? At least when you're paying like $14.99 at lunch or dinner, you're getting a substantial amount of food. But breakfast for some batter in a box of I know it's not probably a box that they use. Well, maybe some restaurants do. You can have a whole box and have like 30 pancakes or something like that. So I'm telling you, yeah, I got to go straight to this comment because this is perfect. That sounds like flapjack robbery. That's exactly what it is. Spaceman Dudley, welcome to the live stream. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Nice Monday. And that's exactly what I'm talking about in a goofy way. It is flapjack robbery. I think, again, buffets are all you can eat, but it just amazes me how much you can charge for pancakes sometimes, especially since I love pancakes. Let me see if I got to catch back up on the comments. Spaceman Deadly did say hello. What's up, Earthlings? Larry says, I'm driving Mustang again in February. It's no Shelby, only a V6. Well, then if it's a newer V6, it's funny because those are a lot more horsepower than the old V6s, although they do way more. The Cobra is a sharp car. The Cobra is, I'm thinking about making a video before I sell it about, believe it or not, 5 things I like better about the '01 Cobra than that Shelby. There are a few things. They're not overly significant, but believe it or not, I could pick out just a few things that I do like better about the Cobra over the Shelby. And I thought that would be a fun video. That'd be on the Eclectic Candyman. Pancakes, I love them. Matt, waffles though, especially some Waffle House. Love the Waffle House. Now, I will say this about the Waffle House. They are probably excluded from this conversation. Now, normally when I go to the Waffle House, it's been a while, I get a cheeseburger and their hash brown smatter covered whatever. But breakfast, they don't overcharge. Like if you get a waffle, it's like $3 or $4. I don't think it's gone highway robbery there yet. And if you get eggs, their portions fit their pricing. So I think Waffle House is probably pretty good. Now you can do a video using your tools on the Shelby. And I have actually, well, not really. I did the one about the oil catch can. I didn't really need tools. It was only my hands. But yeah. But yes, Rita, you are right. I will say this about the Shelby briefly. That car, because of the addition that it is, there is some importance to keeping it the way it is. So the Cobra, where I did a lot more work on it, I don't think I will go to that extent on the Shelby. It will be kept mostly in stock condition because of the significance of it. If you start modifying it a lot, I'm not there for the value. I want to drive the car. It's not like something that just sits in the garage, but it does deter from the value of that particular car if I start modifying it. But yes, who knows, regular maintenance type stuff. But you're right in general. Like if I have to work on it for necessity, it would be those tools. BLT at the Waffle House about $5, and for a sandwich, I think that's an okay price. I almost never order pancakes. It's kind of empty calories and hollow promises. My thing about pancakes is I don't like them brown. I don't like them overdone. I want a steak that's been seared and juicy on the middle. I do not want pancakes that the griddle was too hot and it's a dark brown on the outside. I don't like crunchy, crispy pancakes. And maybe that's too much of a word. I want the pancake to almost be the color of the batter a light brown, almost yellow. And believe it or not, a lot of the places that deem themselves, local great breakfast places, they can't do it. And I've said before, Denny's and IHOP, I don't know why. It's not being impartial to chain. They know how to cook some pancakes. Maybe that's why they're a mega chain, because they know how to cook pancakes. We have a place local here in Asheville. Everybody was talking about it. I went there. The place is so packed, you can barely get a seat. The pancakes to me were, in my opinion, burnt. Not burnt black, but way too overcooked. The hash browns were overcooked. The eggs, whatever. How do you scrambled eggs? How do you write home about those? I was not impressed at all. So sometimes I think the allure of a local place that's a one-off is like, wow, that place is great. But is it really great? Probably worth a review, but I don't want to down anything. But love the Waffle House, but never had the waffles there. Always hash browns decked out. Right. By the way, we're coming to Asheville soon. What's a great place we have to eat at? Golden Corral. Yeah. So, I mean, you're talking to me with the family and everything. I say that a bit tongue in cheek, obviously, for anybody listening. But there is some truth to that. I will fully and transparently admit that I am at a stage in life where that when we eat out with the family, we got a screaming, young one and impatience. I'm not at the stage right now where I'm able to adventure a lot. That's why you don't see a lot of food reviews, because I'd have to go by myself. So we are at a practicality standpoint right now. Now, there are some places I could recommend that are extraordinary if budget isn't in the issue, like the Blue Ridge Artesian Buffet at Grove Park is out of this world. Favorite place in town. I mean, it's $50 a buffet, but crab legs and all the beautiful and the most amazing mountain scenery. I mean, that's off the charts if you want to do something special. But then if you're just looking for like a little hole in the wall, like there is, and I had recommended this to Chris and Mindy, Will, and Don when I was here with them, Three Pigs Barbecue, small little place, but A+ service and great folks. That's just north of Biltmore Village. It's called Three Pigs. Really great. I've talked about it here. I've just not been up there to do a review. And there's other local places. I just haven't been there to validate some of them. So some of the places though that I talk about on this channel, I actually haven't eaten at. Often I'll give news and notes of restaurants that are supposed to be tremendous. So, and then I think downtown has quite a lot of diverse offerings that you could, drive around or walk around and find something if you really want to be, if you're into trying new things. Not everybody's in that. Some people like guardrails. I want my, Southern cooking, or I want my American bar and grill, and that's fine. But if you want to try something that's like India cuisine or Mediterranean cuisine or Spanish cuisine or French cuisine or something like that, downtown Asheville is a tremendous place to get that eclectic mix of really cool places. I just haven't been to any to actually recommend, but you could use, TripAdvisor and stuff. So sorry, I'm coming up a little bit short on the concrete recommendations there, but there's plenty to offer. Good old country ham and Bush's beans. That is right. I want to go eat lunch there sometime over there in Tennessee. My go-to is a Western omelet. I do. I like a Western omelet because it has a steak in it. I also like the from IHOP, the spicy poblano omelet. If you don't mind a little spice, that is tremendous. It depends on the cook. Some IHOPs I've been to, it's anemic. Like the one I went to in Pigeon Forge recently, was super disappointed with what came out. Then another IHOP I go to, it's spilling off the plate, glazed in their sauce. It's kind of like it must be like a hollandaise or something close to that. Just tons of cheese and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, and then I get a side of pancakes. That's a really good meal. Pancake business must be good. Plenty of them in the Smokies. Right. And I think over there, like, again, you've been, go to these places and I'm always like, all right, time to break the bank because I want pancakes, but that's not enough. I got to get like all this food together. Ate at the Melting Pot in Gatlinburg last October. Melted cheese pieces of bread, meat, water, and tea, 4 people. 365. I want to go to the melting pot. I've had family that's been there. I've seen a lot of folks that have gone there. I know it's a treat. I know it's like going for an anniversary or something like that. It's like an event. It's a lengthy thing. Great for a date, husband, wife, girlfriend, boy, whatever, whoever's going out on date. Friends, it could be just a get together, whatever, but it's expensive. And it's, let me take myself out of focus here, or in focus. It's something I would like to try, but the way you say it there, it sounds like it's not much. But 4 people, yeah, I mean, you're pushing $100 a piece after tip and stuff like that. 2021 V6 has some kick, not like your Shelby or my Camaro. Yeah, but it's a rental, so it's fun to do. As far as breakfast, buffets are the way to go. That is, I haven't been. The last time I went to a breakfast buffet is when I went to that Steelers game up in Pittsburgh. The hotel I stayed at had a breakfast buffet, and I really enjoyed that. But I can't think of a place around here. Sometimes the family, we're all about the buffets, including like Chinese buffets, because with the kids being so picky, and I've talked about this before, you go some places and a kid's meal will be like $7 or $8.99, and they bring the plate and you laugh. Like you're like, you got to be kidding me. That's like 75 cents worth of food for $9. You might be like, oh, Mr. Mountain, are you talking about like a really No, we're talking like your run-of-the-mill places. So we kind of have this database of places that if we're going to a sit-down restaurant, do either have a reasonable price or they match it up with reasonable portions. Like Charlie's is a chain, and their kids' meals are like $2.99 or $3.99, and they actually have some decent amount of kids' food there. Spaceman Dudley says big no on the melting pot. Gum under park bench is free. Well, that's the other side. Yes, sick at that price. Again, a place like that, I think, is a once a year, once every 5 years, maybe, depending on, what people value and stuff. Yeah, that's not like, hey, it's Friday night. What do you want to do? I don't know. We're going to go out to the melting pot, spend several $100, with a couple friends. So, but I would still like to try it sometime. I think I would, and I would enjoy it, but I'd have to pace myself because, you get that first, it's like going to, what my favorite are the Brazilian steakhouse. And those are absolutely exquisite, just the best food. Well, there's another one, Dr. J. I have been to this Brazilian steakhouse here in town, downtown. Typical price range for a Brazilian steakhouse. But again, I don't know what, you're probably not going out for a fancy type meal. There's, a lot of the places that have been spectacular have been special occasion, Christmas dinners, family dinners, anniversary dinner type stuff like that. I had a 99 Blue Mustang. I loved it. A dream fulfilled. But as I got older, it wasn't very comfortable, especially on a long drive. Yeah. So I had a 2000 V6 Mustang, which was basically what the 99. They were very almost identical. Just a few parts different. And I could see that. I could see the one thing I do like about my 09 Mustang. Now that Shelby, it's a Shelby. But this the frame and everything is from the Mustang. It is much easier to get in and out of than my Cobra. Much easier. And I can appreciate that because I know that's why a lot of people don't like some of these cars. They're lower, they're harder to get in and out and stuff like that. So I totally understand. New York strip, medium and seared, really good. Well, JQ, this weekend I did have some steaks on the grill from Sam's Club. I believe they were strip or ribeye. I forgot. I didn't look at the package. They were from Sam's Club. They were like 1.5 inches. They were super fantastic. Seared them. I got a medium. I mean, the profile from the cut was like a perfect layer of brown with a nice pink in the middle. It was excellent. Cheesecake desserts. I think you're gonna say Cheesecake Factory. Oh, that's at the melting pot. Tax tip. Yep, still have the receipt to remind me. You're gonna frame that one, right? We have a 71 Mach 1. Yes, and that's what we were chatting about. 71 Mach 1 is a beautiful car. That's the end of the muscle car era before the oil embargo of the 70s and the insurance rate hikes and all this stuff that caused the horsepower to go non-existent in the mid 70s. 71 was like the swan song of that era. And the 71 Mach 1 is a beautiful car. I have a video that is the classically most late video ever between my two channels. I mean, so late, it's crazy. I went to Ponies in the Smokies in Pigeon Forge last year in April, and I shot the video last minute off the cuff, and I have to narrate the whole thing because I didn't live narrate it. So that's why I've been dragging my feet. Long story long, there was, I believe, a few 70, maybe 171 Mach 1 in that video. I think that one needs to be on deck or it's going to get too late and the next Ponies in the Smokies going to be out. No Golden Corral, homespun mom and pop place. Speaking of crab legs, I just read an article that said real king crab legs are for $90 a pound. Guess I'll be eating those fake crab legs for a while. Right. Imitation crab meat. You know what? You can't go wrong, especially if they put it in a casserole. That is that is pretty okay substitute, but really not the exact same thing. You're getting me hungry for some dinner breakfast. That's the best. What you call it? Well, lunch and dinner, you can call it like Linner, right? Or Brenner, like breakfast and dinner. You can call it that. Have you been to Tony Gore's barbecue in Sevierville, Tennessee? It's very good. They have gospel music there too. I have not. But you'll have to ask. So I'm in Western North Carolina. So I only get over to East Tennessee once every month and a half or so, but a lot of folks here are a little bit closer. I'm an oatmeal kind of girl. Hampton Inn had an oatmeal buffet for breakfast. So many topping choices. Yes, I have stayed because I have Hilton Honor points. I have stayed at the Hilton many a times, Hampton, pardon me. And I am also an oatmeal guy during the week. That's I've talked about on this channel, steel cut oatmeal, flaxseed, ground flaxseed, blueberries, if we have it, stevia. And if we don't have blueberries, I'll use those, lower sugar cran raisins, the ocean spray or whatever. And, that's heart healthy for you to start off your day. Buffets are okay as long as people eating there have washed their hands and wiping their butts. Well, okay. Yeah, but I'm with you on the washing the hands for sure. And definitely cleanliness is an important thing. There's a place back home that just opened with a cereal challenge. Eat 10 pounds of cereal in 25 minutes and win the rolled over money. 10 pounds in 25 minutes. You see me calculating like, yeah, I can't do that. Not 10 pounds. That stomach would just explode. Yeah. The way you like meat, I think you would break the bank at the melting pot. It is all you can eat though at the melting pot, right? Isn't it a set price of like 70, 80, $90, but then you can eat all you want? Or is it a la carte? Let me know. Oh, they have a buffet. Need to write that down. Do they really? Let me write that one down. I'm serious. I got to get a pen. Anybody been there else besides Mrs. C? Gore buffet. Something new. You got to come here sometime, Mr. Man. We took family to a local sit-down place. 5 of us total. All of us ate, and it was a little bit over 40. That's a great place. Those are great too. You can find those gems where, you know what? It's like old-fashioned, independently owned business. It doesn't matter if it's a hardware store or a craft shop or an eatery, and they're not out to build an empire. They're out to serve the community, make enough money to make a good living, and they don't charge you an arm and a leg. And I appreciate places like that. We like the odd, locally owned, hole in the wall. Neither of us are picky eaters. We tend to eat more homemade rather than fancy. Again, I think if that list of the smaller stuff, or if you're going to eat a couple of meals, that Three Pigs barbecue. By the way, if you're stopping through town, but you said it would be like a Monday or Tuesday or something, we'll make it happen sometime. We live close enough that if it doesn't happen the first time, we'll make sure we do get to meet up, even if it's like what I did this weekend. If you noticed, I saw those Chris, Mindy, Will, and Dawn for about 15 minutes, and then I was out of there because I had to get back and hang out with the family. But someday there'll be opportunity to do more interesting things, but we will definitely have to see when that's happening. Had the steak, lobster, and shrimp at the Red Lobster Friday. Was pretty good. The old lob. I like the old Red Lobster. They have those good butter biscuits that if they still give them to you, that's some good stuff. Ridgewood Barbecue in Bluff City. I have not. But again, Dr. J is on that side and he goes to a lot of smaller places. He might like them too. Hey, Blondie's Adventures, how you doing? I hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. Good to see you again. Of course, I usually see you in the other chat. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support of the channel. Big Daddy is here. How are you doing? Hope you are having a wonderful Monday. I think you were on the live stream, Chris and Mindy, and I tried to say hello to you as well. Please hit the big thumbs up. I appreciate it. And JQ, thank you so much. You keep blurring. Am I blurring? I know earlier I was doing hand gestures and I got myself out. Spaceman says he didn't care for Tony Gore with the thumbs down. Interesting. I always like, to hear everybody's opinion. That stinks. I'm sorry about the blurriness. Let me make sure that all of my stuff here is off because I think I forgot to turn my phone. One of my friends is telling me that the screen grab from my stream looks horrible. I'm probably like this. It's probably like Mountain Man Monday. You know what? If I took the time, I would do a pre-made thumbnail and upload it, but I just want to get online as quick as possible, but maybe I need to start doing that. You guys will have to tell me. I will fix that as soon as the stream's over. Maybe it'll get people to join if I got a silly face. For us, it was a la carte, and you didn't get much cart. That's good to know because that's what Rita said is I would break the bank. So I was curious. I thought it was like not buffet, but it was like a one price, and then you got. But maybe I'm wrong. My Dita knows all about it if she was here too. Found a real good barbecue place out here. Made more sense when the waitress told me the owner was. No way. Did you go to Kansas City Barbecue? See, anybody who knows me, my favorite movie of all time is Top Gun. And that's where one of the scenes was filmed out there. But I thought was down in San Diego. And I thought you were out in LA. But if there is Kansas City or maybe you're just saying this is a barbecue place by that, but there's an actual place called Kansas City Barbecue, but I thought that was down in San Diego. And yes, I was asking about the cheese biscuits. Larry says they did. Blondie says good night, and I appreciate it. Should I be like one of those auctioneers? Blondie says good night, Larry says 55, 75, like one of the car show type things. Yes, I do like those. It's been a while since I've had them. And Texas Roadhouse rolls. If I was to compile a list of like chain restaurants that I really enjoy, Texas Roadhouse would be on there. O'Charlie's, talking about the bar and grill type places. We went to Ruby Tuesdays yesterday. One of the best waitresses in a long time. Super good because our family and the kids and everything, and it's so it was, and they have that salad bar. The portions are pretty good. The prices are fair. That's okay. When I grew up in Ohio, we had a place called Max and Irma's. Have any of you been to Max and Irma's before? That's an excellent one. For those of you in Ohio, and Pennsylvania, I'd seen one up there. You can preset your thumbnail for your live streams. You are right. And I actually have the opportunity. What happens to me is I'm sensitive to the time. YouTube has a 2 megabyte thumbnail upload. So what ends up happening is maybe I could go ahead and smile ahead of time. That's what I should start doing. Smile ahead of time, take the thumbnail, but then it's too big. I got to resize it, then upload it. It's just an extra 5 minutes. And I'm like, I want to get on because I'm afraid I'll miss the crowd that can't stay. And so, yeah, got to head to bed. Watching the granddaughter tomorrow. Yes, rest up. I know how that is. And congratulations again. And hope things are going really well for you. Okay, it wasn't Kansas City. It was 10th and Corner Barbecue in Long Beach. That's awesome. Hey, here's a plug for Living Like Larry. For those of you new to the channel, Larry has a channel as well. Larry, Blondie, Lily, our show, our story, and anybody else who has a channel that's sitting here on deck and wants to mention it, please feel free to mention your channel. Thought the food was extremely dry and overpriced. Tony was there and walked by our table and didn't even say hello or thanks for coming. Well, that's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that. Mrs. C, speaking about Mrs. C. Okay, obviously. Yes, because she liked it. And sometimes it's just the day you go. Like, I know I've been to restaurants, I'm like, oh, that was terrible. And somebody else is like, I had a good time there and the food was good. Or it could be the opposite. Fats. Fats, I have not been to. It is on that list. I've seen them in South Carolina. They must be in Tennessee. Need to stop there sometime. Every time we're on like I-26 going south to like Myrtle, we see it on 26 or 20 and stuff like that. Yeah. Big Daddy likes Max and Irma's. Max and Irma's has tremendous burgers. Very good burgers, very good fries. Excellent dessert. When I was growing up, Max and Irma's started in Columbus, Ohio. So the ones there were not cookie cutter. In fact, the early Max and Irma's, they had phones on every table and this ball hang above the table with a number. It'd be like 22. And what you could do is take your phone on the table and dial 22 and just call somebody up. It was just a different era. That was like early 80s, I think late 70s when they had that going. But you know, the creativity behind it, I'm sure now people would be annoyed. What are you calling me for? Leave me alone. But, you know, back then people were friendly. So like people didn't care. Hey, where are you from? You know, and so that was kind of cool. But they had a big bathtub at Max and Irma's, like one of those clawfoot. And it was filled with all this ice cream, like an ice cream buffet. And you could go over there and get as much ice cream over and over. And they had like unlimited whipped cream. It was a huge treat growing up. That was really cool. Love the salad bar at Ruby Tuesday. They closed the one around here. It was in Johnson City. Yeah. One of the things about the Ruby Tuesday we go to, so I said we had one of the best waitresses. They also only had about 3 waitresses there. The restaurant was not even at 50% capacity because they can't fill the tables because they don't have enough people working. And so, you know, yeah. Did I skip dinner tonight? Nope. We had salmon, rice, and broccoli. And the salmon we got was from Ingles. It was pre-seasoned. They were $10 a piece. We cooked them both in the oven, and it had kind of like a sweet, I don't want to say sweet barbecue. It wasn't sweet barbecue, some kind of sweet marinade on top with some like kind of like peppercorn. Been there. Still haven't think. Max and Irma's went to one in Sandusky. Yes, I like it. That would be my go-to chain bar and grill. And Miss C likes it and the gospel music that they played there. Okay, interesting. Favorite chain restaurant is McAllister's Deli. They have good sandwiches. Ruby Tuesday's closed in Georgia. Yeah, and again, it sounds, and even Big Daddy says didn't even know they were still around. I like Ruby Tuesday. They've cut their menu a lot. I like their salad bar. The salad bar yesterday, we went right after church and we got there early, and it was lucky because I told the family, I said, if it's 20 minutes or less wait, we'll wait. But anything more than that, we got to go somewhere else. And we walked in straight. But then right after us, a ton of people came in. They were just waiting for a long time. Some people left, and I feel badly, but it just, yeah. Closed one in Bristol. They did have a good salad bar when it wasn't crowded. Yep. We used to love Ruby Tuesday. Yes. Very good. Good name, right, Dr. J? I'm not sure why they closed the Johnson City one. It's next to ETSU and stayed pretty busy. Keep your screen grab spontaneous. Every once in a while, it's a hoot, right? I mean, what does it look like tonight? Am I like look like I'm like, you know, something silly, right? Quiznos. Last time I had Quiznos was at an airport, and Godfather's Pizza. That's been a while. Yeah, I haven't had Godfather's in a long time. I thought the Rendezvous in Memphis was awful, and it was supposedly the best in the country. Interesting. Okay. I don't know much about that. Hands down, the best barbecue I've ever had are the ribs at the Country Tavern in Kilgore, Texas. Ridgewood Barbecue in Piney Flats, Tennessee is awesome too. Ridgewood is its own style barbecue, and it's awesome. That is really cool. Those are great names right there. I think, you know, I have traveled to Texas. I didn't go much for barbecue. You know, believe it or not, one of the places that had some kind of decent barbecue when I was out there, Phoenix, Arizona. It's been over 15 years since I was out there, but I remember going to several places that had like big barbecue. When I say big barbecue, I'm talking about when they get into like beef ribs and like honking size, you know, huge, big old plates of stuff. You know, out west, I am sinking below the comments. thumbnail says you're a space cadet. Says I'm a space cadet. I want to check this out. Let's see here. It might use up a little bandwidth to check this out, but I need to look. What is going on? Let's see. Okay, the one that I'm seeing, it's got Rita's comment frozen. It says, I love Ruby Tuesday. They've cut down their menu. And I'm like this. It's like my eyes are closed. Let's see if I can, let's see what, if I go over there and try to check it out. Real time going over there. Let's see. And then we're going to go over to the next segment. It's live. Yep. Oh, I can't pick a thumbnail yet. Okay, that's okay. We'll just have it fun for now, right? Okay, so oh, Kentucky Girl, you got to run. Hope you have a great week. Thank you for stopping by. We do appreciate it. They opened up a Whataburger here a month ago, and that place is lined up as far as you can see all day long. We talked about that 4 or 5 weeks ago on this channel, that they used to have one in Georgia down in Brunswick that I used to go to. I drive on I-95. I wasn't that impressed. And I think I'm a burger connoisseur, even including fast food restaurants. So that's one of those that I rack up to, like the name and the allure. But if it was so good, why did it go out of business in Brunswick? I'll tell you why. Because once people figure out that it's not that good and the patties are really small, take it or leave it. I told you I'd rather have Burger King if I was going fast food, or Hardee's, than Whataburger. My favorite barbecue is Shed in Ocean City, Mississippi, and the barbecue shop in Memphis. Okay. I got the same thumbnail. Okay. The one where I'm like this, like squinting. Yeah. You have to try Buxton Hall in South Slope in Asheville. Great barbecue. I think that was on one of the news and notes one time, talking about that. So yeah, that is a good recommendation. Okay, now I was going to have lean cuisine tonight, and all you've done is ruin that. Hey, nothing wrong with a lean cuisine. Pop it in the microwave. Easy night. Good night, Mr. Mountain, everyone. Time to hit the hay. Thanks for allowing me to chat with you all again tonight. Absolutely, JQ. Glad to have you here. Hope you have a wonderful week. And with that, and per the recommendation of the community here, sounds very unoriginal, but we are now at the channel updates for the week of, I was about to say December, February the 7th, 2022. I was concerned because every time I pop this banner up, we are not stopping chatting. We are not stopping the live stream. I just have a formal routine in my live streams for those that are new, where I take a segment to talk about updates to the channel, things that are going on, new videos that are happening, some pictures and stuff like that. And then I do a few fun news articles pertinent to the theme of this channel. This is not the end of the live stream. We can still chat. You can still chat. So if for some reason, when I would call it housekeeping, there was some brainstorming going on, thinking that maybe people thought that meant housekeeping and then the end, but it's not. This is like probably about the middle-ish of the live stream. So there's a long-winded explanation to start the channel updates for the week. What do you guys think of the name channel updates? Does that work? What do you, the folks here, think? In-N-Out burgers are the big deal out here. They're okay, but not worth the hype. Yes. Yep. For sure. All right, let me get to, well, there's a new video. I'm sure all of you are already aware of it. It's called the NC9 Sidewinder Fall Drive in the Mustang Cobra. It is a nice visual, and I did, as I mentioned, commentate. Thank you for the feedback from those. A lot of you folks here on this live stream tonight have watched it. I appreciate that, and I apologize for the delay in the release. But I'm pretty happy with the way it came out, with the exception of the opening. There was a price to pay for the wind, even though I had the wind mic set up, but it did create a beautiful backdrop behind me with the leaves were actually falling off of the trees because of fall. Goodbye housekeeping. That's right. That is gone. New name sounds good. Excellent. Thank you for that. Like the new name. Not to change the subject, did you happen to see the wrecks that happened on Boone today? My wife's cousin said within 45 minutes, 90-ish wrecks on the Blue Ridge today. What was going on there? No, I didn't. Is it fog? I doubt ice. It was a beautiful, I mean, it was a little overcast. You have to let me know. I might have put that in the news or notes. I try not to make the news and notes too doom and gloom and keep Mountain Man Monday a little bit upbeat, but yeah. Nice new name. Okay, yes. And thank you for the Instagram account. Yeah, so I have a new video on the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube channel. Thank you, Foxy, for posting that. That is how you can see me on Instagram. And we'll have to see what's upcoming next. I do have a bunch of videos on deck over for the Eclectic Candyman, so I kind of share time with that, but we'll get something happening here. But this has kind of become the routine here on Mountain Man, Mr. Mountain Man. The reality is, as a small recap for all of you that appreciate it, because I've had some people, make very kind comments like, "Oh, you should produce a video every day or every week." The type of video that Mr. Mountain Man is require me being on location and going somewhere. It's an event. Time is at a premium at this stage in my life, busy with work and family and the house and all those types of things. The family and the kids have gotten older. They are less patient with me recording film than they used to be. 3 years ago was a big difference. It was new, it was interesting, but once they caught on the retakes, I didn't like that. The wind, wait, I got to go back over here. Hold on. This would help the story I tell for showing this city. Oh, wait, let me go over there. It drives them crazy. In 2021, almost every behind the scenes that was going on for the videos I was taking was an unhappy camper. So it means that I need to carve out creative and clever ways with my family in order to do interesting things that don't bore the family or take selective individuals to go film or try to find time by myself. But that's expensive. I say that metaphorically, because if I go out by myself, that usually means I'm dumping on my wife to take care of everything for, if I want to go 3 hours away in North Carolina and film something by myself because nobody wants to see it, that's, 3 hours plus 2 hours of filming plus 3 hours, I might be gone a whole Saturday for my YouTube hobby. And so anyway, I'm sure you guys appreciate it. It's just a different stage. So that's why the latency in this, but Mountain Man Monday is the main glue that keeps the continuity in this channel. So that's a channel update for you as well. I know you guys have all heard this before, but I have to reiterate it because every once in a while we get some new folks and I get grouped in with other travel channels, and there might be some like, hey, your videos are fun, why don't you do more? And so I have to repeat myself sometimes just so people understand. As far as the wrecks, sudden freeze not far from her house. Interesting. Okay. A good thing. I hope everybody's okay. It sounds like, but but still, wrecks are a pain in the butt. Yeah, got to keep balance. It's even more than balance. It's I got to be responsible. I think responsible is the right word because it's irresponsible of me, because there's other things I do. I go exercise and I have things around the house. So the weekend is becoming very heavy with family activity and kids activity. So it doesn't leave me a lot of time. I was very fortunate. Had it been another time of the day or different, I would not have been able to meet up with Chris, Mindy, Will, and Don. I literally happened to be out by myself running errands. It was like, this is a unique opportunity. So that was cool. Yeah, family first and being responsible first. I just have a lot of responsibilities. Yeah, it's a hobby, not a job. Be hard with younger children. My adult children get annoyed sometimes if I'm filming when we go somewhere. Yeah, I know. I believe your daughter maybe or something, Larry, in one of the videos seemed to actually been enjoying, like when you went to the hot dog place and some of the others. But what if anybody's not a creator and they see what's going on? If everybody's a little different in how they make YouTube videos, but if you most of mine are a lot of that, like I'll size up like a town or something like that, like if I go to a place and once I get the lay of the land, I have to go back to a place and reshoot. So it's more about the filming than the experience for the people that are there. So it's a little bit fragmented as opposed to being fluid. Sometimes I'll stop it. I'll be like, hey, we're going to do this weekend. And my wife will be like, oh, I guess you want to shoot a video. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it because I know what that'll mean. And I want the family to have a good time. So I make a call. I do the right thing. Okay, cool. Moving along, let me go ahead and share the some pictures here. Here we go. Yep. All right. So this is my Instagram and a few pictures, half of them posted today. There's a picture from Saturday at the McDonald's in Asheville. Pretty cool. They're Don, Will from Yankee in the South, Chris and Mindy from Chris About T-shirts. Chris was the one live streaming. I love this picture because I love how Mindy's peeking her head out of the car right there. I just think that's a fantastic, fun picture. And so that was just real cool spontaneity just to be able to say howdy. There's the steaks. I think JQ left, but he was talking about New York strip. I think those were ribeye because of the fat that was in them. And those are chicken sausages up top. Did I say that? No, I was focused on the steaks. The steaks were so good. I mean, and so my wife happened to be at Sam's Club and they were discounting them at the moment because they were getting older, not green or anything. You know how the butcher has to, or the meat department have to mark it down. So instead of like $40 for the 4, it was like $30. And these were huge. So we talk about going out to eat for a restaurant. One of those steaks, I guarantee you by weight, was a $30 steak at any restaurant easily. So, otherwise you got $120 in steak there. But if you do it at home, quarter the cost. Don't get the atmosphere of the restaurant, obviously, but the comfort of your own home. So it was a cool, steaks turned out nicely. This was actually from Saturday. I forgot to post it. I believe Saturday, maybe Sunday. No, it was Saturday. Just some cool, it was coming off some rocks on the mountains and those icicles were forming, and you can't tell. I thought about taking a video, but there was actually water running down at the same time dripping off. So it was very, very cool. And then the sunset. I mean, look at those layers. If the dark orange and cell phones and stuff, if you start zooming, they don't do justice to it. And that's what's happening on this picture. But just incredible winter time of the year. With some of these unobstructed views, it's just really, really pretty right now. So anyway, if you want to check that out, that's over on Mr. Mountain _man on Instagram. If you have a Facebook account, you already have Instagram. They're one and the same. But you can also just pull up that link and check it out as well. Let's see if anybody had any comments on that. Todd says he's got to go. Work phone is ringing. Everyone have a great week. Yes. Take care at work. Have a great week. Thanks for stopping by, Todd, and good luck to your team in the Super Bowl. Those steaks look really good. They came out. I mean, when I ate them, Rita, oh my goodness. I am a fan. If you guys have ever seen it at the grocery, the Montreal steak seasoning by who makes that? It's just like the name brand seasoning company, McCormick Montreal steak seasoning. I get the big one of it, and I cheat. And I take the recipe off. I don't guess it's not cheating, but I take the recipe off the season packet and I just follow it at home without buying the individual packets. I get the big jar of the seasoning and it was really, really good. It was a beautiful sunset. It really was. I'm telling you what, this time of the year, you can get some really cool pictures. I think in winter, if I was to say for pictures, you get better night pictures for sunsets and better snow, obviously snow. I mean, right. In the summer, daytime pictures of the green lush mountains, those are incredible. When you get those spectacular views and we've gotten enough rain and everything's a deep, deep green here in the Blue Ridge Mountains, those pictures are so nice. Yes, McCormick, that is correct. Icicles are so cool looking. Yeah, those were really pretty. And it was like everything melting off. Great picture of Yitz and Cats. Chris About T-shirts. That's Cats. Mindy was so cold on Saturday. She was. And yours truly was a little bit silly too. I stepped out of the car. It was sunny and the radiant heat was okay, but the wind was kicking up and it was cold and I was not dressed appropriately. I had shorts on and I did have that hoodie cut off gym shirt on, but about a day later, my voice felt it and still feels a little bit It didn't take long to get, I didn't get sick, but I got like a raspy, rough voice from standing out in the cold, inappropriately dressed. When I say inappropriately, underdressed, is what it was. And I should have had a coat on, or even a hat. I think I went home and I was outside and I had like my North Face coat on and my hat. And here I am talking to them in a shorts and literally like a short sleeve t-shirt or short sleeve shirt. Yeah, you had on no coat and shorts. So I wasn't being smart either. So when I heard she was cold, I wasn't always on camera. I was like, please get in the car, be comfortable. We're all, this was all spontaneous, so we were all kind of playing it by ear and just surprised to see each other, and it was a real treat. But had it been a few more minutes, be like, yeah, we need to get inside. So yeah, that's the channel updates for the week of February the 7th, 2022. Next up, we have the news and notes for the week of that's not the right. Let's go back to this. Let's go to this. Let's go here. That was a week ago. Fix that and boom, save show for February the 7th, 2022. All right. I did not get your email. I do have an email on this channel under the about section on my channel. With full transparency, I check it about once a week. Again, I know other channels, they revolve around their email and the communication. It's nothing against the community. I just operate a little differently for what was forementioned about how busy I am. But I did want to I wanted to have something out there, but I didn't get the email. I did check several times, but I did not get it. What email address? Maybe I sent the wrong place. Just click the link go to about on Mr. Mountain Man YouTube, whatever that link is. It has the email there. Gotta go. Space debris has jammed up all systems and slime is coming to the space deck. Have a good one. I like that, Spaceman Dudley. That's cool. Thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it. All right, let me get to this over here and let's check out these news notes. Hopefully Larry's still here. I know Larry already knows this first article, and some of you may as well. First up on deck. Hide the banner, hide the banner. Here we go. SeaWorld makes a $3.4 billion, yes, with the B, takeover bid for Cedar Fair. For those of you that are not from, I'll probably read it from it here, but just to prime it, Cedar Fair Entertainment owns a majority of the amusement parks, the mainstream amusement parks in the United States, and I believe in Canada as well. You're talking about Carowinds, King's Dominion, Cedar Point, Knott's Berry Farm. I mean, there's a bunch of them. So this is a big deal. This is a big deal as far as the shape. And I know, so when I was in Central Florida, SeaWorld was always a second-class citizen to Universal and Walt Disney World. And boy, did they struggle because of PETA with the animal rights. Like SeaWorld could do nothing right. Anything involved with any of their shows, they could do nothing right. I don't care even if SeaWorld was like, we are helping injured aquatic animals that we let back out into the ocean and are basically saving their life, they still weren't doing anything right, according to a lot of people. They constantly had black eyes, and so it is tough for them. So I was a little surprised to see this. And when I told my wife, she's like, they have money? Because usually SeaWorld was under fire for something. But from this, SeaWorld Entertainment has offered to buy amusement park owner Cedar Fair for around $3.4 billion. People with knowledge of the matter said SeaWorld made a bid about $60 per unit in cash for Sandusky, Ohio-based Cedar Fair, according to the people who asked not to be identified because the information is private. Deliberations are going on. It's unclear whether the approach will lead to a transaction. So this is not final, just conversations. Spokesperson for SeaWorld didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. Cedar Fair rose 9.6% to 50. The shares went up. The talks underscore SeaWorld's bullish outlook on leisure and entertainment as the industry rebounds from the pandemic, which had slapped tourism demand. The company, which temporarily closed all its park 2020, reported a record revenue and profit in the third quarter. That's good news. As tourists returned to its stable of 12 destinations, including SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, Aquatica, and Sesame Place. I did not remember, but now I do, that they own Busch Gardens. They truly would be an empire. So that's another revenue stream. SeaWorld went public in 2013 under Blackstone Inc. Ownership and suffered a blow after Blackfish, a documentary released that year, accused SeaWorld of mistreating killer whales. Blackstone sold its remaining stake in the company in 2017 to a Chinese leisure company. The potential deal also indicates that consolidation may be ramping up in the theme park industry, which remains fairly fragmented in the U.S., despite being dominated by a half dozen major players. SeaWorld and Cedar Fair have both been subject to takeover speculation through the years. Cedar Fair operates 13 amusement properties, including Knott's Berry Farm in California and Cedar Point in Ohio. So, and once again, I lost like 5 people, but that's okay. I'm sticking to the format here on the channel. I like it. This is interesting to me because, you know, we go to Dollywood and we used to have Disney World passes. We've had Ripley's passes. If we were to ever get into the Cedar Fair, which was like the platinum where you could go to all of them, and they opened it up to SeaWorld as well, I'm sure their prices would have to go up a little bit, or maybe they'd have different types of passes. And this is not a done deal, but it's pretty interesting. And as they said, a consolidation in the industry. I think the consolidation just from a consumer standpoint is good, because it's like when Cedar Fair joined with what was the old Paramount Park. So, you know, you back in the day, if you were a theme park enthusiast, you would have had to have a Cedar Point season pass and a Kings Island season pass in Ohio, or Paramount Parks. And now, because they consolidated, you get to go to all of them, and the prices haven't gone up that much. So I think this is pretty cool. Let me check out the comments. OC World, not sure they will take it. Six Flags ordered them $4 billion a few years ago. Interesting. I did not know that. And Six Flags is another one I forget about. Big Daddy says he doesn't see it happening. Okay. I'm not as intimate to the deal on it, but this is some interesting information that you guys are talking about. That's still hurting them. Part of the reason they want Cedar Fair, okay, is because that would help them get rid of the black eye, right? To dilute it, because they would expand their footprint, right? And then they would have more theme parks. Yeah, when's Dollywood get an orca tank? I wonder if Dollywood would ever get under somebody else's umbrella. I can't imagine, because Dolly Parton, you know, wants exclusive, I mean, rights and access to her theme park. I can never imagine them falling under anybody else, especially with how the popularity has risen in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg in the last 5 to 10 years. And I'm not talking about verbally just observation. I'm talking about all those articles on the channel, like TripAdvisor, top places in the world growing, like, believe it or not, Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, you know, and those of you that have been there know by the traffic and how big it's getting. So I don't think Dollywood ever would have any problems financially, and they're even expanding with more resorts and things like that. No need to change what you do. Yeah, I'm sure this is the topic of conversation. Originally, I got this article from the Sandusky Register, where Cedar Point is located, but the article wasn't generic enough. It was obviously slanted toward a local's perspective on what was good and bad. So I backed it up and took this one from Bloomberg, because I wanted kind of more of the generic. Oh, I'm sorry. No need to change what you do. You're talking about me with the news and notes, right? I thought that was about Cedar Point doesn't need to change what they do. They don't need SeaWorld. So maybe it was synonymous. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Some people don't. Maybe I need to change news and notes as well, but I'm not changing that. That's the right term for that. I like Kings Island better before Cedar Fair got them. Cedar Fair only cared about coasters, not much for family stuff. So I might be in that group too. I might be one of the few people. We have all, I think, as a society, become desensitized to entertainment. We need more and more and more, but I'm a little old school. I don't mind dark rides, like slow dark rides. Like I can go to Epcot and go in a slow dark ride and I'm still entertained. I don't need to be going 100 miles an hour all the time. I got a car for that, but just tongue in cheek. But I don't mind the dark rides and slower stuff, but younger generation now, oh, that's slow and boring. I got to go 400 feet in the air at 150 miles an hour. So, it's always about more and more and how you can market that. But I did think they were good too when they were owned by Paramount. I've seen the history on that. Paramount got out of it. I think when CBS bought them. And so, yeah. Cares for family stuff. I don't see it as long as Dolly is alive. Right. I agree, Dr. J. Even when she's not alive, I don't think that empire and business would ever need to be under the umbrella of somebody else. Usually that's a survival and building, unless the only way I could see that, this is all hypothesizing anyway, if Dolly Parton had aspirations to have more than one theme park, like Dollywood was in Washington State and California and New York State, like something. I'm just saying the only way to do that might be through acquisition and change of branding or something like that. Dollywood doesn't have anything to do with the place in Branson. That was Silver Dollar City. And I don't think so, but Silver Dollar City was what Dollywood was before it was Dollywood. So I'm correcting my hat. I always put it on crooked. Dolly does not own Dollywood. Management, some limited LLC, whatever. Do they? I actually, to be honest with you, I guess I should do a little wiki research on Dollywood. Did a group of investors start it with her when they bought Silver Dollar City? Somebody can give the rough overview, the Cliff's notes on Dollywood. I miss the old pirate ride at Cedar Point. Yes. Like, Pirates of the Caribbean at Disney World. That's why I like at Dollywood. It's not a dark ride, but that one roller coaster that's inside that's pretty tame. That one's not bad. It's called Blazing Fury, I think. If I get those mixed up. Yeah, that ride was cool. Kids love Kings Island with the Rugrats and Dora and all the Nick characters. That was post Paramount, I believe, or did Nickelodeon come in there at that time? Because I quit going to Kings Island when I moved down south. Do you remember the San Francisco earthquake ride? Oh, Living Like Larry. Sorry, I thought, geez. When you said management, same LLL, Living Like Larry, I thought you meant like Limited License Corporation or something like that. That's what you're talking about up there, Foxy. But yeah, so anyway, there's Article 1. Definitely something for discussion. We talk a lot on this channel about different amusement parks, and rest assured, more information will be coming about this and Ghost Town in the Sky. It seems like about every 6 weeks we're getting an update from that, at least what they want to do. If anything comes to fruition, I don't know if it's all smoke and mirrors. All right, next up. Record visitation for North Carolina state parks. Chimney Rock crushes the former mark. Of course, you all know here on the channel, I am a huge fan of Chimney Rock State Park. One of my favorites. Also, where Last of the Mohicans has been, some of its movie on location from there. I got to visit the old trails 2 decades ago, and I enjoy the park. So this was a cool article. It's a stunning view from the top of the 315-foot namesake of Chimney Rock State Park, which is what that picture is right there, across the rock faces and forested mountainsides of Hickory Nut Gorge. And in 2021, a record number of visitors soaked it in. Drawn outdoors for safe activity during the height of the pandemic, park goers have now established new habits that are broadening their horizons as parks become progressively crowded. This is an interesting point. Even people who weren't outdoorsy before were choosing outdoor venues for recreation because it was safer than indoors. Right. In a lot of cases, that continues to be the case. I think this is true. People were forced their hand to get exposed to outdoor activities and have taken a liking to it. So hence Great Smoky Mountains National Park, Chimney Rock, all these places that are outdoor venues that offer beautiful like nature entertainment have just gotten super, super popular. And they also don't hit the old wallet too hard either, because a lot of these places are either free or a minimal cost to get in. Families gather at Chimney Rock December 7th, 2019. Oh, sorry, that was a caption. In 2021, the park set a new record for visitation with more than 412,000 visitors, beating the previous high set in 2019 of more than 333,000. As the pandemic flowed into 2021, even with the recreation opportunities opening up, these people kept visiting state parks. Visitation was also bolstered by a growing population. Almost 23 people, 23 people, almost 23 million people ventured out to North Carolina parks in 2021, a record for the 41 site system. There you go. Something to look forward to in retirement. Mr. Mountain Man goes to all 41 state parks in the North Carolina system. Actually, here's a fun fact. Some of you may have heard this. In South Carolina, they actually have that. If you go to every single one of the state parks and get this card stamped, like this, it's kind of like a bingo card or something, but it has all the state parks. And you send it in, or at the last one, you get like this little, like, I completed the park tour pack of like a t-shirt, mug, pen, patch, something like that. I had seen it on a show about a year ago, and I was like, that is a great thing to do if you were retired and wanted to just take road trips around the state. So anyway, almost 23 million people ventured out North Carolina in 2021, a record for the 41 site system, several of which set their own records, including Chimney Rock, about 25 miles southeast of Asheville. Chimney Rock State Park, with 412,000 visitors in 2021, had a 34% increase over 308,000 visitors in 2020, beating its previous record set in 2019 of 333,000. One thing that it tends to be a park for people who are finding their love and passion for the outdoors. We are incredibly accessible. Visitors can drive up to the top parking lot, and if they need, take an elevator to the top of the chimney or hike to the summit via the nearly 500 stair outcroppings trail. I think that's the next trail I'm going to do, by the way. I was thinking about this in the last week. I have not done the outcroppings trail on camera. Here's what you're going to hear. Hey, everyone. This is Mr. Mountain Man climbing up these stairs. So instead of taking the elevator, you climb up. How many feet is it? What did I say at the beginning? What did I say? 300 feet, was it? 315 foot. Yeah, so I don't know if that's exactly it from the bottom. It's a lot. It's a bunch of stairs. Topping the list for highest visitation 2021 was, oh, interesting, Jockey's Ridge State Park in Dare County, with 1.8 million visitors among 10 parks and recreation areas that passed the 1 million mark. I have to look that up. Jockey's Ridge State Park. I wonder if that's on the Outer Banks, because yeah, Nags Head, North Carolina. That's out there on the that makes sense. That is a place I have not ventured to on the other side of the state, is done the beach stuff. So anyway, the article goes on and on about all these record visitations. So yay for the state of North Carolina. Let me catch up on the comments. Maybe people are watching on their phones and they get a call and they have to lose you. That could be it too. Yeah, and it's also getting late. There's a lot of factors, but I do ski consistently when I get to this part. In my personal opinion, which is only worth that, I tend to actually like the mix up within a live stream and having this format. And that's the reason I do it, because it's great to have open chat the whole time, but that can get a little nebulous too. It's just, if just nonstop open chat, it can just kind of, drag on a little bit. I prefer to have something a little bit different. But maybe some folks just like the other format. Anyway, not worth going on about that, but we are not stopping this format. We will continue on. Branson and Dollywood, managed by the same company, Herschend. Thank you for that. It looks like it's owned by Herschend Family Entertainment. Okay. Thank you both. Lively and Clara with Nickelodeon was with Paramount, had them up till Cedar Fair took over. Okay. It says online that the park is still owned and operated by Herschend Family Entertainment. Oh, which also owns SeaWorld and more than 20 other theme parks in the United States. All right, so let me digress then. Dollywood. So what's the dynamic then that Dollywood? All right, I should have done my due diligence, but I'm actually enjoying this conversation and learning as we go along. That means that, yes, Dollywood would be owned by that company that owns, but this must mean that Dollywood has complete creativity rights. I'm assuming because it sounds like she does. They already own SeaWorld. Okay, I get it. I love Gatlinburg. I'm going to switch to your area just to stay away from the crowds. Yes, that was a tangent. Yes. Gatlinburg, you have to pick and choose your time or be ready. It's just like going to Disney World. We would go to Disney World on a Saturday in high time and we geared up. We were like, all right, get your game face on. We know it's going to be crowded. We know it's going to be hot, but we want to enjoy today. So we knew what we were getting into. And if you level set your expectations to that, you don't get frustrated. If, however, you go to a place like Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge and you're like, oh my gosh, I hope we can make it to 20 places on one Saturday and back and forth between Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. And we're going to go to eat here, then bounce over to the Great Smoky Mountains. Then we're going to do this. Be super disappointed because you get caught in a traffic jam and lose a couple hours. Got to head out for the week or got to head out. Thanks. Yet another great Mr. Mountain Man Monday. And you all have a great week. Thank you, Dr. J. You have a wonderful, wonderful week. All the places will be packed soon with weather getting warmer and daylight times. Oh, March 13th. Thank you for that update. I'll keep that up here. We'll get our hour of daylight back, but we lose an hour on the clock. I have a book like that. It's only it's for Civil War battlefields. I get it stamped all the that you go. That's really cool. Yeah, like all these kind of like, you know, passport to adventure that you go out. I think that stuff is really cool. What's strange is the day you and your sister were in Chimney Rock, the place looked deserted. Yes, that was this time last year. It was in February, about mid-February on a Saturday. Was it a Saturday or did I take a day off of work? I'd have to look at the timestamp. I think that was a Monday. And so, yes, it was a ghost town. I love the way that video came out. The only thing you know, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I would have loved to have shot that video in June because the mountains are gorgeous as a backdrop. They had all those brown trees, but you got those beautiful Carolina blue skies and no crowds. So I had like a VIP pass to film without bothering people and such. So it was good. Your live streams are good how they are. I feel like I always learn something here. Yes, and we're learning now about Dollywood. I don't know. I don't think they really own SeaWorld. Yeah, okay. Dolly allowed her name to be used as a draw because she is from the area. I thought she had some creative rights though, because like the whole I have to read up on this now. They had the new area. Why am I drawing a blank? With all the fairies. I thought that was her love of butterflies and fairies and a lot of the creativity. I'm sure she didn't design the roller coaster over there, but I'm trying to remember the name of that. Anyway, that part of the park, but I could be wrong. So the theme parks are going to go the way of satellite TV and have a couple of companies with monopolies all over them. It could be headed that direction. It could be. I want to get out and ride around tomorrow. The weather is supposed to be nice. Yes. When you say ride around, you mean in the car, or are you talking about like a bicycle or something like that? The weather is, we'll get to the weather here in a minute. You will see that. Wildwood, right? Oh, Wildwood Grove. Yes. Thank you. Pardon me. Wildwood Grove is correct. Thank you, AZ Rock. That seemed to me to have Dolly Parton's thumbprints all over it. So, but again, I need to read up on this and understand Dollywood a little bit from its DNA a little bit better. Yeah, this is like Unsolved Mysteries. It will only take a couple of reads. Usually Wikipedia is pretty good to get the probably between the name of that ownership company you said, Hershon Family Entertainment, and see what the dynamic is that in the car. Okay, you're gonna go out in the car. Cool, very cool. Third article here. I'll skim through some of these because my voice is not feeling it right now. But 9 new food trucks to try in Asheville. We got through plenty of food talk today, but rest assured, I didn't know if we would have by now wanted to. Check out that one on the left. It's called Smashville. Clever play on the words Asheville. Food trucks are a big deal here. Disappointingly, I haven't been very many of them, maybe 1 or 2, and I can't even recall the name, but that doesn't mean that I won't highlight some. Let's be real. While Asheville's food truck scene is magically delicious, it's also tough to keep up with all these eateries wheeling around. Luckily, taste testing, pardon me. New trucks is one of our unofficial hobbies, so we've got all the delectable details on 9 mobile eateries that have launched within the last year, plus advice on how to track them down. Note, we always recommend checking online to confirm locations before heading out. Okay, yeah, sure. Smashville. This truck's exquisite dry-aged beef smash burger comes topped with white American cheese, yum, waffle cup fries, yum, between a toasted bun from a local Geraldine's, good. Don't sleep on the fried chicken sandwich, veggie burgers, or house-made fries either. Smashville hangs out at a variety of breweries and venues. Oh, cool. Let me pick a couple of these. I'm not going to read all 9. This is on AVL Today, by the way. Great site for those of you wanting to know what's going on in Asheville. They probably a little hard to read there, but it's AVL Today. If you just put in Google AVL Today and scroll, you'll see this. How about this? Queen Island Cuisine. Authentic island cuisine in Appalachia? Yes, please. The menu rotates through succulent entrees like oxtail, curry chicken, jerk plus jerk chicken, traditional sides like rice and peas, macaroni and cheese, and plantains. The passion punch is also not to be missed. Let me read. Creamworks. Feast on family-friendly classics like hot dogs, sundaes, snow cones, walking tacos, seasonal soups. Follow along on Facebook. Chop Shop Food Truck. If you love Chop Shop Butchery, then we'll adore its new food truck that's stationed at the Wedge Brewery's foundation spot. The menu features hot dogs and our 4 burger varieties, including the classic dry-aged beef, crispy cheddar, and mushroom Swiss. Wow, that sounds good. This one on the right, that truck there, it's called 900 Degrees Artesian Pizza. This one's not your typical food truck. While it's technically on wheels, this shopping container, originally from Orlando, Florida, has a wall of glass sliding, is stacked atop a 17-ton Freightliner. Spits out gourmet personal-sized pizzas that can cook in 90 seconds. Ooh, that sounds good. And last one, Bridge and Tunnel Coffee Truck. We feel quite lucky that this coffee truck, which specializes in espresso plus nitro cold brew, decided to take the cross-country leap from California all the way to Asheville last spring. So food trucks galore. I know there's a spot in Asheville that all the food trucks kind of unite. I can't remember if it's in the River Arts District or somewhere down there. But again, if you come to Asheville, there are lots of unique places. All you really need to do is just drive around. I'll be honest with you, I don't even know if you really need to do a whole ton of research. Asheville is one of those kind of places you kind of plot a pin in downtown and you drive a direction and you find something. Doesn't mean it'll be downtown. You might go 15 minutes one way and find a barbecue place or a food truck or some unique food or something like that. There's always something good to eat. Last but not least, the 7-day Asheville, Western North Carolina mountain forecast. Highs in the 40s and 50s, lows in the 20s and 30s. Very typical. No snow in the forecast. Very little rain in the forecast. That Monday rain didn't come to fruition today. So it's going to be a sunny week. And as Rita said, looks like in Tennessee, they're usually a little bit warmer than us. So it should be typical, moderate, southern mountain winter time here in the mountains. All right. So let me stop that, catch up on some of these comments here. Hey, Tommy Tom, coming at the end. Sorry you missed it. No problem at all. That's the great thing. It's recorded. You can go back and watch it. And yes, it is the tail end, but hopefully you are having a wonderful start to your week. All of this is interesting conversation. Made me forget how hungry I was. There's that one live stream that was like 3 or 4 months ago that I had not eaten dinner and we talked about food. I am not joking. That particular day, I think my blood sugar, I don't have any problem with blood sugar, but just saying like my blood sugar was getting low. Like my mouth was watering. I was so hungry. I think I had to actually like stop the live stream. I didn't stop it short, but I like got through it. I'm like, guys, I got to go. I am hungry. So when we get to talking about food, I can see how that can get everybody super pumped up for food. I got 9 taco trucks in every block, it seems. Some of those can be the best, if they're locally made and sourced. That's what you really could do. That's what you should have told Dr. J about the food trucks. Right. And I was waiting, for that too when he was coming through. But that's why I said, like, if he drives into town and can go just about anywhere, and really find that local type food. Um, it's kind of stinks that I'm not a better source of that, but again, it's just the stage in life right now. Melt Your Heart Food Truck is the best one in the Asheville area. Great grilled cheese sandwiches, delicious. Sometimes people get creative with grilled cheese and put like what is it, pimento cheese on it, grilled cheese, and maybe put a tomato in it, some of all that stuff. With all these new food trucks, no wonder they need to widen I-26, right? Yeah, that's right. It's funny because it's I-26 is getting widened from I-40 south into Henderson County. But if you go north, that's the lesser, quieter part of Asheville going up towards Weaverville, Burnsville, and that way. Yeah. Sounds like Rapid Fire Pizza, which is awesome. Yes. What was that the name of it? It was I forget 900 degree. You're saying Rapid Fire is another one that's good. Any wildlife in your yard this week? Yes, there was. I could not get any great pictures. Today I looked out the window and I saw about 8 turkeys messing around and about 6 deer in a pack when I walked the dog. So there's a deer and turkey, always deer and turkey. Bears are rare, deer and turkey all the time. Forgot it till you brought up food trucks. Right. Well, folks, I think that is about where we end it here on the Mountain Man Monday live stream. We've had another good one this evening. Again, please feel free to check out that new video on the channel if you have not. I hope you enjoy it. When I make these videos, I always seriously am thinking about the community and things people like Kentucky Girl, for example, really likes the maps. A lot of people like the maps. And I think AZ Rock said she liked the maps too. That is, I'm like, I know somebody likes the maps. And I've had some people tell me recently the music's distracting on some of the rides. So I do a balance of music and not. So I'm always trying to incorporate that in. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy that video. I hope you enjoy the week. It was a fun one. And yeah, it was really cool. It was cool that I got to see the deer and the turkey. Yes, good night, everyone, and welcome again, Miss C, to the live stream. Big Daddy, good night, everyone. Great live stream as usual. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Carlos. Another enjoyable Mountain Man Monday. We will have to educate ourselves on Dollywood and what that dynamic is and show up with our homework done. That's our homework assignment for the week. We'll check it out. AZ Rock, thanks, Mr. Mountain Man, for the great live stream, and everyone have a great week. Enjoy the Super Bowl if that's your thing. That is correct. I know a lot of people were Cincinnati fans. Didn't hear any LA fans. So we'll see what happens. Have a great week. Be safe. Stay warm. Thank you so much, Foxy Wolf. Appreciate it. It was great having you here. Great having Rita here. Great live stream as always. You held 15 out of 25 and 3 told you good night. Right. So that's cool. I appreciate it. Thanks for the work on the managing from the moderators. Now I have some homework I have to do. Go back and spend time with that. I need to start paying more attention before I click on stuff. But thank you for that. Anyway, I wish you all a wonderful week. Enjoy the winter time. Be safe. Have a good time. Good night, all. Have a great week. Great live stream as always. I appreciate it. You all have a wonderful week. And until next time, this is Mr. Mountain Man signing off this evening. Everyone have a great night. Thanks, guys. We'll see